Sorry, I just had my mouth full of chocolate. I wasn't able to talk. Great. So Mint will be here soon, and this AMA should be here for the community to ask your questions about the Mint. Maybe you also have some questions about the future of AgoraDex. There are two options you can ask questions. Either you use the text channel straight above us called AMA chat. There's a slow mode of 30 seconds to prevent spam and to make it possible for us to catch every questions so we can answer them properly. You can also raise your hand here in Discord in the stage channel, and then we accept it, and you'll be allowed to talk and can ask your question in voice if you prefer that, besides the text chat. We have a lot of team members here. We have Coco, we have Pierre, the CEO, we have Marguerite, and also Art, and myself. Would you like to introduce yourself? Who would like to start?
I can start off. I think I have been talking to a lot of people in Discord, so they kind of know who I am, but I never really introduced myself. So my name is Peter. My actual name is Peter. I'm in charge of business development at Agora. I think if you ever open a ticket, it's probably me responding to you, or Clef, or my colleague Rodrigo, which is Art. So it's very nice to be here with you guys on a Sunday. Feel free to ask any questions.
Art, will you?
Hey guys, yes, sure. Here, my name is Rodrigo. Yeah, I've probably been speaking to some of you in the last couple of days also. And well, I'm in charge of the finance part of Agora, and really happy to be here with all of you, and glad to be part of this community.
So guys, my name is Pierre. So I'm the co-founder and CEO of Agora. But I guess like everybody's know, but Agora is a joint venture created 6 months ago between Swissborg, that is like the first crypto wealth app in Europe, and Ultra top tier blockchain gaming platform. So I'm here to answer to all your questions today. So don't hesitate. It's a pleasure to be here with you today.
And hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, we do. Perfect.
Perfect. I've been having a monologue here alone, and I was wondering why everyone's talking over me, but it's because nobody can hear me. My name is Marguerite. I'm head of partnerships here, and community growth, doing it all. So if you usually speak in Twitter, you speak with me or Peter, same with Discord plus Robin. So hello, everybody, and thanks for coming today.
To introduce myself also really quick, my name is Clef, and I'm managing the Discord server, hosting events like this and trying to feed you as a user with as many answers as I can, and try to bring you to the perfect person if you have any question I can answer for you. All right, thank you very much for the team for the short introduction you made about yourself. We're going to talk really quick about AgoraDex, what it is, what we are going to do soon, about the Mint, and possible about the future, and for sure about all the questions you have from the user base. Who would like to start to explain really quick for those who are new here what Agora is?
I mean, I can, unless Pierre, you want to take this. Sounds like you had everything sorted.
Yes, of course I can. I can take this part and explain you what we are doing on Agora and what is like the Agora vision. So basically, Agora is building like 3 core products right now to achieve the vision of connecting like the most promising GameFi projects with gamers and investors. So our first core product is a cross-chain DEX. Focusing on efficient and low slippage trading of only GameFi related tokens. I think it's important to remember that our DEX aims to avoid the unsustainable API wars of other DEX ecosystem that compete to acquire TVL from Ethereum by focusing on bringing more liquidity from the mass market and more specifically for the gaming industry. Our second core product is a GameFi wallet experience. We also call it like digital identity, allowing like gamers like to access like the games with one unique identity. And with this digital identity, gamers will be able like to access game across all chains with just one wallet, because we are developing a cross-chain DEX here, as well as trade the tokens directly in the AgoraDex, make purchase in games, and earn and trade token rewards or NFT without any gas fees. And we can doing this like thanks to the Ultra blockchains. And finally, our last product is it's a launchpad. Will enable user like to participate in cross-chain marketing and allocate GameFi project based on the NFT that they're gonna hold. So, but we're gonna explain you this more in details later. And yes, so about like the launchpad, it's designed like to provide like new and upcoming projects, the platform to successfully launch and reach the widest audience possible. And we're gonna propose like two things about with the launchpad and support like both at the end, ICOs and NFT launches. So this is like the overview on the core products we are working on and the vision on Agora.
Thank you very much, Pierre, for this
You're
short
welcome.
introduction. We have already the first 3 questions from the community. The first one is from MVP VJ, and he asks, when will AGA token release?
Now the AGA token like plan to be released in June. At the same time that we're gonna launch the official DEX, because the first version of the DEX is gonna be proposed in the next week, the MVP. But the official DEX is gonna be a launch in June, and we plan like to release and launch the token at the same time. So it's gonna be in June.
Then there is also one more question from Puriel Brook from the export community. He's asking about, are there more utilities to be announced? Because apart AgaDrop and early access, I don't see a lot for the NFT.
Peter can take like this one, huh?
Yeah, I can speak about that. Most of the utilities are actually on our platform, but 2 of the main ones are actually like, as what Pierre is saying here, from export, which is having the tokens airdropped at a C-round pricing and also early access to our products. And then you have different utilities for different tiers. As you go up to the tier 3, you can also have guaranteed investment opportunities with the launchpad and such. So if you just go on our website, we have a clear view on all of the utilities we have for each tier. But the main ones here are indeed the airdrop of the AGA tokens.
There is one more question from the same person. How Swissborg and Ultra are going to help bringing value to Agora?
I think feel free to add on to what I say. So in terms of Ultra, since they're one of the bigger gaming ecosystem in the blockchain space, in the crypto space, we can have a lot of create a lot of partnerships with the games that are in their pipeline. They will help us a lot with our vision, as they are our strategic investor. They can help us greatly on how we can build a good product like theirs. And similar things with Xwork, with the connections they have in the space, and also the fact that they have a great product. We'll be able to launch our products, and then with their help, we'll hopefully do a successful product as theirs.
All right. And is there a specific reason, or how were partnerships chosen, and what should we expect from them? Like the ones you just mentioned, like the bigger ones.
Are you talking about like gaming partnerships now, or still Swiss Organ Ultra?
I think the user asks mainly for general partnerships.
Oh yeah. So again, to my teammates, feel free to add on to what I say. But with the general partnerships with the games, what we do essentially is we find those interesting games, those games for the community, like that they have already, and then we communicate with them through different platforms, like tournaments and stuff like that. And then the main partnerships for now, the main purpose of it is to kind of create this soft partnership to get to know each other better, and then eventually, once they launch their game, once they let's say have like major events, we'll evaluate their game once more to see if they will be eligible for our decks, for example. For now, we're creating a lot of partnerships. You have seen that we'll probably have 30 to 35 partners just from the past 2 months, and then now as our DEX is launching, we're probably going to reach out to them again to see if there are any synergies around if they have launched their tokens and etc. Like, yeah, so those are most of the like kind of ways for us to collaborate with those games for now.
All right. There is one more question from MVP. Is there a pre-sale for the token, or will there be only the airdrop for the holders at the launch of the token?
I think this one, maybe Pierre would answer it better than me.
Can you repeat the question?
Is there a pre-sale for the token, or will there be only the airdrop for the NFT holders when the token launches?
No, it's going to be like directly like the airdrop, but we plan then like to do an IDO. But no, that's going to be like we're going to have like directly like the airdrop for the token holders just before the launch of the DEX, as mentioned earlier.
All right. We have someone who requested to speak. I will invite you to the stage. Bruce Vane. Until he joins, let's go on with the next question we have from the chat. What blockchain will you use for the platform? Peter, would you like to answer that?
Yeah, sorry, I was waiting for the speaker to come up, but so what was the question again? It was about
what blockchain will we be using?
Oh yeah, so the first version of the DEX will be launched on Ultra. It's going to be the first DEX on Ultra as well, and then as we believe the future of gaming, of GameFi is multi-chain, we do believe that we need to be cross-chain, because there's not just going to be one game in one ecosystem. We're trying to bring different games from different chains together, so we'll eventually become a cross-chain DEX.
Yeah, exactly. So the first version of the DEX is the MVP is going to use like a bridge named P network, something like already like set up by Ultra, and it's already connected to Ultra. So that's going to be like easy for us like to onboard like liquidity from different chains such as Polygon, Arbitrum, Ethereum, Binance Chain, and it's super interesting also because we can have like the possibility to do like some portability on NFT or DAO migration thanks to this bridge. So this is like for the first version of the DEX, and for the second version of the DEX, it's going to work like this is going to be like a DEX as a layer 2, like as a, you probably know like the DYDX model. So that's going to be like the same. So we're going to use like Ultra as a layer 2, and you will have like the possibility to use like layer 1 of the chain, like Polygon, Ethereum as a layer 1, and sign like the transaction on Ultra. And like this, you will have like the possibility like to make a transaction without any gas fees. I think it's something like super important like for the gamers today, because like the gas fees like for gamers today are too high and eat up the payout. So it's really like something that we need like and we want like to resolve today with the GameFi hubs that we plan like to build.
All right. Magos, there was a question from Magos. Will there be additional utilities for the NFTs in the future?
No, I don't think so. I think like all the utilities are proposed today, except like maybe one that we did not like mention yet. It's like for the launchpad, because like all the token NFT holders will have like the possibility to participate to the launchpad and to have like different allocations thanks to the NFT they will hold.
All right.
But I just want to add on to that as well. Like, since like it is essentially the early supporters of Agora. So in the future, if we ever find opportunities to reward our early supporters because they hold our NFTs, they will definitely be the first one to be rewarded if there are different opportunities.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Do you guys already know where the secondary market will be for the Ethereum collection?
So for that, correct me if I'm wrong, Pierre. I believe it will first be on OpenSea.
Yeah, on OpenSea, Rarible, and Luxware. So we plan like to use like the three like biggest platform on Ethereum for the secondary market. And when you are looking at like the floor and the price for the secondary market, like for the first collection, it was like quite high. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be like the same for the second collection. It's going to come in a couple days.
When the mint will be over,
Yeah.
will the airdrop be instantly of the tokens, or is there any date for the airdrop?
So as a peer mentioned earlier, the airdrop will occur in June this year.
So that's also the date for the airdrop?
Yeah, exactly. That's June. It will be the airdrop of the tokens.
Will the user be able to transfer some funds from Swissborg directly into the DEX of Agora?
Yes, definitely. Yes, for sure. It's something like we are considering right now. It's also like to create like different kind of pools, but Rodrigo can explain you how that's gonna work. He has been working on it for a few times right now. But yes, definitely like also like Swissborg like plan to push like some TVL on the DEX, and definitely of course like Swissborg user will have the possibility to push some TVL into like different kind of pools that we created on the DEX.
What are what is the call up with Xborg? What are future plans to work with Xborg?
Marjorie, would you like to answer this question? I don't think we can hear Marjorie so well, but I think her internet connection isn't so good. But I'll answer for her. So essentially, our partnership with Xborg, as they're our sister company, and then we're also in the same ecosystem, the same industry. They help us a lot with kind of connecting to different top quality games. They help us with tournaments. So those are kind of the things that we work together on. But if Marjorie is back, she can add on to it. She's the person in charge of this. But if she's not, then if she can add on to it later on after the AMA.
There is one more question maybe for you as well, Peter. Are you planning to try partnership with big gaming markets actors like Epic Games, Ubisoft, Rockstar?
Definitely, but one of the advisors of Agora is Nicolas Poire, so he's like the head of blockchain of Ubisoft. So yeah, so yes, of course, we are planning like to do like partnership with the biggest game. And as I said, as I just explained to you, yes, of course, we are on discussion with different big studio like Ubisoft right now, but also with like the biggest Web3 games like Cozy Ages, the Sandbox. So yes, of course, it's in the roadmap.
All right. So again, if you have any more questions to the community, either raise your hand so you can join the voice, or text it in the chat. I will pick it up and ask them. There's one more question from Fatoli. Okay, so if you are on the same ground, you are not direct competitors, or you have another vision. I think he's mentioning the partnership with Xborg.
Yeah, so Pierre can also help me with this, but they are not our competitor. We're kind of complementary to each other. Essentially, they are a gaming guild, whereas we are trying to create a gaming DEX and a gaming focused launchpad.
Is there something more you would like to add?
Pierre, is there something else that you would like to add?
No. I have nothing like to add except like of course like Xborg is one of the strategic partnerships that we had like since the beginning. They are also like a spin-off activity of Swissborg, so we are working like closely like together and to develop like all this industry, so the GameFi industry and yeah, so no, of course they are not like competitors for us. It's only like they are like super helpful for us. We are developing like all the tournaments part with them. But yes, Peter and Marjorie can tell you more about this. But no, we are not competitor at all. It's like the same family at the end, the big Swissborg family.
All right. Can you reveal upcoming partnerships? So
upcoming partnerships.
yeah.
So we have.
You can reveal some alpha for the community.
Yeah, for sure. So again, like Marjorie can speak, maybe she can jump in as well. But for now, we have created many partnerships with some quality games in the GameFi space, and then there are some more that we have not announced yet. So that's I don't know how much more I can give because it's Marjorie's part, but I can inform you guys that we have many more games to be
but we
our
already signed
partners.
like in the last week we signed like more than 30 games, Web3 games, and with one of the biggest game in the Web3 industry, like Comet, for example. Like I said, like I explained to you, we are in discussion with Dogami, for example, because now I'm working closely with one of the biggest like incubator, French incubator named Pirates Labs. We also like signed an interesting partnership with Blue Meta, and they're gonna help us like with all the NFT parts. They are developing like a great product that we're gonna use and plug into like the Agora ecosystem. In the next weeks, we're gonna announce this. But yes, we are developing and creating a lot of partnership with one of the biggest Web3 games and the game changer of this industry for sure.
Marguerite just texted in the chat. We have new partnerships coming up. Watch this space. Nice. Can you explain to me what's the difference between GameFi and PlayFi? Will you be able to explain the difference?
I can explain GameFi, which is like a kind of very popular concept in the past month. And then in terms of PlayFi, I'm not sure if anyone else can add on to that because I'm not like an expert on that. But in terms of GameFi, essentially, it's you'll get rewarded with tokens whilst playing a game. So that's why it's kind of the short kind of version of game finance. And this GameFi space has been you have the play to earn and the mint to earn. So basically, essentially, the players of this game, they will be able to earn some rewards. It's unlike before where you play, let's say, Fortnite or whatever, you play essentially for fun, but you don't earn anything out of it. So now with the blockchain technology and NFT technology, you're able to transform this kind of game industry where the gamers can actually, not just have fun at the same time, but also earn money, earn tokens. But something that I have to mention is that within in this industry, this GameFi industry, the play to earn, which has been very marketed in the bull market. It was very, how do you say, like a marketing tool for a lot of games. Everyone put the title on their game saying that we are a play to earn game. Like, you can play and earn tokens and earn real money, but essentially it was not sustainable. So it was more of a kind of a tool to attract people to play their game and then kind of have a higher token value eventually. So like that part of GameFi is quite unsustainable, and now we are like, we have been on a lot of different gaming spaces on Twitter, talking to different games, and everyone's saying that GameFi, it's a great way for the gamers to earn money, to be like, to kind of learn about this new this new technology, whatever. All of that is cool, but the games itself have to be very fun to play. So that those
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah, and today I think if I can add something, you don't really have like today like a one-stop shop like for all that gamers, and it's something that we really want like to propose to all the communities, and we have like the possibility like to bring like liquidity from the mass market, thanks to the digital identity that we propose like to the community, and we have like so because at the end like it's a GameFi cross-chain wallet for gamers, and thanks to this digital identity. It's first of all like it's going to be like super easy like to plug it for all our partners for Web3 games through an SDK to the games, and then thanks to it like everything that has been earned through the game to the Web3 games like token rewards like NTST, non-transferable social token, or NFT will be stored and tracked at the same place with the Agora digital identity, and they will have like the possibility, thanks to it, like to exchange in a few clicks by using like the gaming interface. So they don't have like the gamers, they don't have like to use like the dApp directly. It's something like I think super important like for the mass market, because GameFi today it's a little bit complicated to understand for all the gamers. So if you have like some product like our digital identity, you will have like the possibility, like I say, like to collect like all the token rewards, NFT, NTSTs that you collected into the games, and to swap it directly by using like the gaming interface in few clicks, and to swap it like with another token rewards or with like stablecoin. And we also like working on an on-ramp system to add like your credit card. Like this, you have like the possibility to do a withdrawal directly onto your credit card. So I think this is like the future of GameFi, and it's something that we are working on. It's really like to create like a one-stop shop for gamers. So at the end, you will have like the DEX to doing like the transaction. You will have like the digital identity to collect like everything you earn, and you will have like also the launchpad to invest into like the most promising GameFi project in this industry.
Very nice explanation. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Magus also asked one more question. What companies are doing the audits of AgoraDex code and the smart contracts?
Good question. So for all the audit, right now we are working with an agency like named Netpure. So it's a French agency, one of the biggest in France. So they are doing like all the audit like for the smart contract, for example.
Yeah, and also just for me to add on to it, like the tech team from Ultra is also like overseeing our work as well. So.
All right, so we had a lot of questions. Thank you very much to the community. I think I've covered all the questions I catched in the text channel. If there are some more, feel free, post them in now. We are already half an hour in. If there is something from Peter or Pierre you would like to add before we are going to close.
I can kind of give a closing statement. So we would like to thank everyone, the 37 members from our community who participated in our AMA today. Thank you for your interest. We're super excited for our mint on the 15th at 5 p.m. CET, which is 4 p.m. UTC. We would love to see all of you guys there. We're gonna have a mint party, I think like 30 minutes before or 15 minutes before the mint actually happens. So we're gonna be very excited to see you guys there. And then again, if you have more questions, do not hesitate to open a ticket with us. Do not hesitate to drop it in our main channel. Our team will be there for you.
Yeah, and if I can add also like about like and give you an update on the progress of the development of the AgoraDex, because it's something that most of the community asks like all the time. So the Dex is still on track, guys. We are currently like building, like I said, like the first version, so the MVP, which will be like on the Ultra blockchain. With, like I explained to you, like the possibility to bring TVL from other chain. And just to give you an update, like all the integration of the front end is already done. We are finalizing like right now the latest like smart contract. So the pool factory is ready. You will have like the possibility to allow like multiple like AMM pools creation thanks to it. The pool liquidity provision function also. The swap functionality is already done. And now we are finalizing like the governance smart contract. But just to give you a timeline for the alpha text, it's going to be ready in 2 weeks, and the beta test will be reading like beginning of March. So you will have like the possibility to test it in the next week. And yeah, we are really looking forward like to present you guys like the first version of the Dex.
Wow, some alpha, some hype for the mint next week, a lot of answers for a lot of questions from the community. Thank you very much for coming, for all of you tonight or today. If you used to be late and you didn't catch the beginning of the AMA, I recorded it. It will be uploaded later and posted in announcements, so you can re-listen the whole AMA again. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much, guys. It was a pleasure to be here with you today. Bye-bye, and have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.